Good evening. My name is Victoria Sanchez. In the moment, it can be difficult to see the little things that you may be learning or experiencing during your playing career. Having been a soccer player since I was 4 years old, I start to appreciate more and more the ways that soccer, my coaches, and my teammates have prepared me for the rest of my life, especially since my soccer career is coming to an end. Today, my audience, Molly, Jolene, Katie, Amy, and Haley, will get to realize on how playing a competitive sport and being a part of a team can prepare you for the rest of your life. Being that they are my teammates and understand what it's like to be in my shoes, hopefully they begin to appreciate the perks of being a competitive athlete and take advantage of every single life lesson they will learn throughout their collegiate soccer career. Throughout an athlete's career, they must overcome many obstacles that will prepare them to be the best versions of themselves. They are tested physically, mentally, and emotionally every single practice, workout, and game. The way that they overcome and handle these obstacles is what grows their tolerance to whatever curveball life may throw at them. Although many of us see playing a competitive sport as a hobby that we love, it actually sets us up for success for the real-world careers we will be pursuing. As kids, we are taught to be on time to everything, and if we are not, ultimately, it looks bad. As an athlete, there are consequences to our tardiness. That may be we simply don't practice, or worse, we would be benched the next game, which, might I add, is an athlete's worst nightmare. Whatever the excuse is, your coach does not care on why you are late because you had a commitment to the team that you would be on time and ready to play every single practice and game. Much like in the real world, you are getting paid to show up every day on time and ready to perform to the best of your ability. Your boss does not care why you are late. What they care about is that you are doing what you are getting paid for. Having the fear of being benched just for tardiness has haunted me since I was 4, so naturally it has become a habit for me to be on time, if not early, to whatever commitment I am attending. This essential life skill is a quality that can allow you to stick out from the rest. An employer always likes to see a potential employee show up 15 minutes before an interview. Thus, I can thank soccer and my fear of being benched on being extra prepared for all my interviews. Being on time is very important, but if you do not wear the correct attire, then it can make an employer look the other way immediately. Looking professional is an athlete's job. You must always have the right attire, even at practice. At every practice and game, you must show up with the right gear, such as for a soccer player, you must always have your cleats and your shin guards. Shin guards are used to protect your shins, and if you show up without them, then essentially you do not play. In addition, you are always representing your team, so if you show up to a game wearing the wrong jersey, wrong socks, or you have a gross, dirty jersey on, it does not reflect on the team well. In the real world, it does not matter the line of work you may be in, you are always representing your company. Thus, it is best to always look up to par. Luckily, being an athlete, you learn that your actions and the way you carry yourself not only sets a reputation for yourself, but for your team as well. We become accustomed to always looking professional on and off the field, and we learn quick that it is a small world. So every bad action, there is a consequences that is letting your team's image deteriorate. Thus, when we enter the real world, we are prepared to represent our company as if it were our own team. Building a routine can sometimes be difficult if you don't have a path set. Building a path for an athlete is not so difficult because ultimately we all want to reach our full potential. That means we are willing to push ourselves as much as we can, and that begins with creating a healthy routine that will amplify our potential. Setting a daily routine is essential when it comes to everyday life because it can be difficult to be successful if you are not prepared for every day. Thus, setting a routine can eliminate any distractions. As we all know, there are many distractions in college, and as athletes, you cannot allow them to affect your success. Thus, we learn to say no and stick to our routine. Additionally, it's easier to say no when surrounded by the right people. You reflect the type of people you surround yourself with. We have learned to surround ourselves with people that have the same aspirations and morals as us in order to be influenced positively. This is also an essential life skill because as we get older, it becomes easier and easier to end up with the wrong crowd and ultimately makes us forget our dreams and goals. Michael Jordan, Mia Hamm, Serena Williams were not born with all this talent. It took them hours and hours of practice to become the best and to beat the best. They did not always win and succeed. It took many failures before they reached where they are now. But with each failure came a lesson, and each lesson brought them closer to success. Of course, like everyone else, they had a fear of failure, but it did not allow them to give up, but to keep pushing forward. This is a quality that all competitive athletes inherit and allow us to reach our full potential on and off the field. I would like to thank my audience, and I hope all of you continue your collegiate careers and appreciating the perks of being an athlete. Thank you.